Not to mention that the packaging is the package. I can't let you go. What do I need to say? Just look at that swatch. Hey guys, welcome back. So I've got Friday favorites and Fooeys for you today, and my favorites this week were kind of all over the place. I've got some pinks, I've got some neutrals, I've got some like purpley pinks, like what's on my lips today. So kind of all over the place. If I seem a little bit off in this video, it's because I really don't feel very good. I think I'm getting sick, my throat hurts, and I just generally kind of feel like poop. So if I seem a little bit off, it's because I don't feel that great. But anyway, I do have some good makeup that I want to share with you this week, so let's jump into it. So no nail favorite this week because I didn't have anything on my nails, but if you follow me on Snapchat, a few weeks ago I was in a Merle Norman boutique. I had stopped in there to play around with their fall collection, and it is beautiful. So I was so excited to get a package in the mail with some of their fall collection goodies. So I'm gonna have some blog posts on these. They may already be up, but I'll link them down below when they're available. But I have just been loving playing around with the stuff. And some standouts this week, I have an eyeshadow standout and a lipstick standout. So this is the Eye Color Quad in Daydreamer. I'm wearing this on my eyes today. This is so pretty. It's a neutral palette, but it's kind of like a collection of warm and cool tones because you've got like a warm crease color, like a transition shade, but then you've got like a silvery color. This is what I have on my lid. And then this sort of like chocolatey brown. Oh, and they're like buttery. They blend like a dream. This silvery color, I've been applying it with a brush and then going back over it with my finger for just added intensity. They're so nice and they wear really well. I like the brow bone color too because it's a really nice matte brow bone color. The other quad in the collection is pretty, but it's a lot more subtle. So this one is my favorite for sure. I'm actually kind of surprised by this because I didn't know how like wearable it would be because it's kind of that more silvery color, and I don't know, I think of silver as more like going out, or I don't feel as comfortable in silver as I do most other metallic shades, but I think it's just really wearable, especially mixed with these other colors. So pretty. And this color right here is beautiful for a transition shade. I mean, it just blends like a dream. It's a matte. It's pretty much a matte, but it's not a powdery matte. So it's almost like borderline satin, but it's not really. It's just a good matte, really. That's what it is. It's just a good formula of a matte eyeshadow. So I really, really like this quad. Not to mention that the packaging is the packaging is stinking adorable. I mean, is that not the cutest thing ever? Like a little city, and she's putting on her makeup and she's next to Merle Norman. I love this packaging. Like, this is something I want to set out somewhere because it's one of the cutest quads that I have for sure. So girly. I love it. So for blush this week, I have two standouts that I actually wore by themselves during the week, but then today I've layered them together and I actually really like them layered. So sometimes it's kind of fun to experiment and layer things and see what happens. But they're beautiful by themselves, but also layered together. So first is Benefit's Hervana. I love this blush. This is one of my very favorite blushes ever, and I reach for it a lot because it's just such a perfect wearable pink shade. I feel like I've said this recently. Have I talked about this blush recently? Probably, because it's one of my very favorites and I reach for it a lot. But it's just like this little kaleidoscope of colors that it just all mixes together and just makes something beautiful. It's just a really nice, wearable, neutral pink that I feel like I can pretty much pair this with just about anything. And like when I swatch it, it's one of those blushes that when you look at it in a swatch, or if you swatch it yourself at the store, you may be like, what's the big deal? Like, it doesn't look impressive. It really doesn't. But when you get it on your cheeks, it's beautiful. Now, it is very subtle, so it's probably best for medium to light skin tones, and even, especially for fair. If you have fair skin, you have a hard time finding pinks that you can wear that aren't overwhelming or overpowering on your face, this would be a really good option for you. But if you have deeper skin tones, it's probably not going to show up because it's a very subtle blush. Even me, I have to build it up a little bit. But it's just beautiful and it's a no-brainer. And it just goes with so much. That's why I love it, because it's one of those I don't have to think about it blushes. And it's cute, and it smells good. Yeah, I don't even know what it smells like. Something like the Benefit blushes, like that kind of like florally smell, but not, usually I don't like floral. It's not overwhelming floral. It's nice and gentle and subtle floral scent. And then my other standout, I haven't worn this in a while, and I really need to not neglect it because it's a beautiful blush. This is the Glow Minerals blush in Sweet. Really cute little tiny packaging, like it's very compact, doesn't take up a lot of room. But this is just a beautiful, like peachy pink, glowy sort of a blush. So layered with Havana, it's really pretty. Still very subtle, but it just adds more of a glow and a little bit more of a neutral tone to it versus more of a pinky tone with Havana. So Havana underneath this gives it just a little bit more pink. This on top of Havana obviously gives it a little bit more of that peachy tone. So it's right in between, just makes this magic combination. But this is so buttery. The texture of it is amazing. I mean, you do not need very much, like at all. I'm just making a bigger swatch, that's why I got more. But, oh my gosh. It's so pretty. I love it. And I feel like the color isn't necessarily like super unique, but the formula on it is really nice. Just, it's got that like, I don't know, buttery sort of texture. I mean, it's not tacky or anything. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's not tacky, but it's almost like that, you know, that texture that really you can tell sticks, but doesn't drag. So it doesn't get patchy and weird, but it has just enough stick to it that it's not going to poof away and powder away off your face. You know what I mean? And I feel like this has that sort of a texture, just a really nice texture to it. And again, a really cute wearable sort of a color that just gives you a little bit of glow and youthful look to your cheeks. For lips this week, I have 3 standout combinations for you guys. So the first one is a really pretty nude combination that I was loving. This is MAC's lip liner in Oak. I've had Oak for a long time and I really have not shown it like hardly any love. So I broke it out this week and I wore it with Maybelline's Cinnamon. S-I-N-A-M-O-N. Cinnamon. It's just a really pretty nude, but these pair so nicely together. They're really similar, but just a little bit different, just a little different. So Oak right there is kind of more of like a warm nude, and Cinnamon is slightly more of a taupey nude, so slightly more of a cool tone nude, but they still work really nicely together. So what I did with Oak, which I pretty much do this with every lip liner, I don't just line my lips, I bring it in a little bit because I feel like it blends better and then you're not left with a super obvious line like if your lipstick starts to wear away. So I did that with Oak. So I lined my lips, brought it in a little bit, and then put Cinnamon. And it just made a really pretty nude lip. And I was wearing like a smoky eye that day, so I was obviously wanting something to kind of balance it out, and I felt like this worked great. Loved it. I love the Maybelline lipsticks. I mean, they're like $5.50 from Target or Walmart, and I feel like they can do no wrong in my eyes. Every time I get a Maybelline lipstick, the color Sensational lipsticks, I'm happy. I love them all. And the whole like Buffs line, there's a nude for pretty much every person, I feel like. There's so many options in that line, and some of them I've kind of had to like break out of my comfort zone with, because this is a nude that I probably wouldn't have felt comfortable wearing a year and a half ago or something like that. But I am now because I'm breaking out of my comfort zone with some different kind of shades of nude. And this was kind of my fall combination favorite for the week. I am just getting into the fall sort of colors. I'm ready for it. I keep saying that. So I'm starting to kind of like dip my toe into some fall makeup. So the lip liner is the Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in Bordeaux. Just a really pretty, I don't know, kind of like reddish, plummy color. And then this is one of the Merle Norman lipsticks from the fall collection. First off, this packaging is so nice. It's very weighty. Like if I didn't see the label and I just saw the bullet, if I didn't know what brand it was, I really would think this was a high-end lipstick because it feels so weighty. It's really impressive. I love the packaging on it. It seals really tightly, which is nice. So this is in the shade Embrace. Oh, this is the prettiest, like, just mauve-y berry sort of a shade. And these lipsticks are ridiculously creamy. I mean, they just like glide on your lips, so moisturizing and comfortable, but opaque, beautiful. And really, like, I don't think that Bordeaux is necessarily the perfect lip liner for it because it's definitely more of like a reddish tone, but I've said this before, when I choose a lip liner, I just kind of get something close. I just kind of like dig through my lip liners and go, yeah, that'll work. I don't know, I'm not super picky about lip liners, but I'm really just wanting to prevent bleeding because pretty much every lipstick does some kind of bleeding. I haven't tried this one by itself to know if it would or not, but I just always go on the safe side and wear a lip liner. But isn't that like the prettiest, like, subtle berry color? Because it has more of those muted mauve tones in it. I love it. I think I'm definitely going to be wearing this a lot in the fall. If fall would ever get here, please. I think I'm definitely going to be grabbing for this one a lot because it's just a really pretty color and the formula on it is so nice. And then lastly, because my throat is screaming at me right now, I've got the combination I'm wearing on my lips. So this is, look at this little lip liner. I Can't Let You Go. It's so good. This is one of my favorites. This is NYX's Purple Rain. The name is barely hanging on there. This is just such a pretty, like, pinky purpley color. So it goes with these sort of shades perfectly. I have to go pick another one of these up because clearly that's about to bite the dust. And then the lipstick I'm wearing, I can't get over these. This is one of the Urban Decay Matte Revolution lipsticks. This is in Matte Bittersweet. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. It's like a, this is ridiculously creamy too. Kind of the same creaminess as the Merle Norman lipstick. So if you like the way these feel, I think you like the Merle Norman ones too. But this is just, what do I need to say? Just look at that swatch. It is just an amazing pinky purpley color. Oh, and it's like a creamy matte, so it doesn't drag. It's nothing like that. I've talked about this formula a bunch already, but it's just so comfortable, so beautiful on the lips, really long wearing. I have no complaints about these. These are in my top 3 formulas of lipsticks ever. They have to be because I love them so much. I have no complaints. Yes, and this color is so fun. If you like these sort of fun pinky purpley shades, definitely check out Matte Bittersweet. And no standout Fooeys for the week, just things that I was loving, which is really nice. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and let me know down below what you have been loving this week, or maybe not so much loving. Let me know your weekend plans or any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!